To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. Beware the man of a single book. There is nothing on this earth more to be prized than true friendship. We must love them both, those whose opinions we share, and those whose opinions we reject, for both have labored in the search for truth, and both have helped us in finding it. The soul is like an uninhabited world that comes to life only when God lays his head against us. The things that we love tell us what we are. Better to illuminate than merely to shine, to deliver to others contemplated truths than merely to contemplate. Most men seem to live according to sense rather than reason. Wonder is the desire of knowledge. For those with faith, no evidence is necessary. For those without it, no evidence will suffice. Rarely affirm, seldom deny, always distinguish. Love follows knowledge. There must be a first mover existing above all, and this we call God. Obedience unites us so closely to God that it in a way transforms us into Him, so that we have no other will but His. If obedience is lacking, even prayer cannot be pleasing to God. The happy man in this life needs friends. God is never angry for His sake, only for ours. A song is the exaltation of the mind, dwelling on eternal things, bursting forth in the voice. Nothing which implies contradiction falls under the omnipotence of God. The human mind may perceive truth only through thinking, as is clear from Augustine. It must be said that charity can, in no way, exist along with mortal sin. Mercy without justice is the mother of dissolution. Justice without mercy is cruelty. To make peace either in oneself or among others shows a man to be a follower of God. If you are looking for the way by which you should go, take Christ, because He Himself is the way. By nature, all men are equal in liberty, but not in other endowments. Knowledge depends on the mode of the knower, for what is known is, in the knower according to the measure of his mode. Friendship makes you feel as one with your friend. To pretend angels do not exist because they are invisible is to believe we never sleep because we don't see ourselves sleeping. Fear is such a powerful emotion for humans that when we allow it to take us over, it drives compassion right out of our hearts. Not everything that is more difficult is more meritorious. We are worth only as good as our joys. Everything that man wants or desires, it is necessary either for its ultimate end. A man does not always choose what his guardian angel intends. Whatever is received according to the nature of the recipient. Good can exist without evil, whereas evil cannot exist without good. Happiness is secured through virtue. It is a good attained by man's own will. To love is to will the good of the other. To live well is to work well, to show good activity. A man has free choice to the extent that he is rational. Sorrow can be alleviated by good sleep, a bath, and a glass of wine. If the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. Man has free choice, or otherwise counsels, exhortations, commands, prohibitions, rewards, and punishments would be in vain. Love takes up where knowledge leaves off. No man truly has joy unless he lives in love. Man should not consider his material possession his own, but as common to all, so as to share them without hesitation when others are in need. Three things are necessary for the salvation of man: to know what he ought to believe, to know what he ought to desire, and to know what he ought to do. Man cannot live without joy. Therefore, when he is deprived of true spiritual joys, it is necessary that he become addicted to carnal pleasures. Justice is a certain rectitude of mind, whereby a man does what he ought to do in the circumstances confronting him. Faith has to do with things that are not seen, and hope with things that are not at hand. Human salvation demands the divine disclosure of truths surpassing reason. Temperance is simply a disposition of the mind, which binds the passion. To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. Because philosophy arises from awe, a philosopher is bound in his way to be a lover of myths and poetic fables. Poets and philosophers are alike in being big with wonder. How is it they live in such harmony, the billions of stars, when most men can barely go a minute without declaring war in their minds?